Believe it or not, it's already been 10 years since Bentley hopped on the SUV bandwagon with the launch of the Bentayga. Now, Bentley is expanding its lineup with a smaller SUV designed for more urban areas that will sit below the Bentayga. In this video, I'll provide an early look at what this new ultra-luxury Bentley SUV will be like and what will power it. This new smaller Bentley has been spied out for testing, but the design is heavily camouflaged. Also, recently Bentley revealed the EXP15 concept that will serve as a model for the brand's future design language. I like this rendering from Motor 1, showing the design cues from the EXP15 concept in a more production-ready form. Up front, the first thing you'll notice is this body color grille design. This is an electric vehicle, but I'll go more in detail on that later. Even though it's body colored, the grille is still very noticeable, and the thin vertical light bar in the center really adds to the presence of this front end. Another prominent design feature is the upright rectangular headlight assembly. We've already started to see Bentley drift from the classic circular headlights, which was disappointing to me. And here, I feel like these headlights just look like a weird mix of Hyundai's pixelated square light design and Cadillac's vertical running lights. The hood has a nice center crease, and the belt lines running from the front quarter panels give the urban SUV a boxier look than the current Bentayga. These front body lines lead into the classic wide hip flare that is probably my favorite Bentley design cue. Sporty gloss black skirting traces the bottom, and these rims are similar to those found on the concept. They feature a simple and elegant design, again with a touch of sportiness. The black accenting all around is another aspect that really points towards the market trend away from elegant metallic accents in favor of more aggressive sports car-like styling in this luxury segment. The back end showcases the new taillight look with this C-shaped light design, and here again we can see a boxier look when compared to the rear end of the Bentayga, but I think the body lines still look pretty good. Obviously the EXP15 concept is a bit extreme, but I really like this rendering where we can see that with a production-oriented design, it isn't really a drastic departure from what Bentley has been doing. Heading inside, let's take a look at the EXP15's interior and the Bentayga's interior to get an idea of what this new SUV will be like. The concept interior is a little different, and it definitely has that EV feel, but I feel like the design team has maintained many of the core lines that Bentley is known for, especially on the dashboard. With this new model, you can expect more screen area with a main screen up front that stretches across the entire dash. While expensive and ornate natural materials used to dominate ultra-luxury interiors, this model will probably feature more eco-friendly materials or just less of those leather and wood-like materials, and instead use things like these ambient lighting features to make the interior feel a little more special and more customizable as well. So this design does point to the fact that this new smaller SUV from Bentley will be a fully electric vehicle. It will be built around the Premium Platform Electric, or PPE platform. This platform is currently used for the Audi Q6 e-tron and the Porsche Macan Electric. We can assume that this new Bentley will be roughly the same size as those models, possibly a bit larger. Bentley CEO said that this new model will have around 350 to 400 miles of range, while adding there's really no reason to push that number higher. He argued that 350 to 400 miles is perfectly fine, and customers care more about fast charging than increasingly high range numbers. The PPE platform can support rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with a single-speed transmission. The electric Macan's power output runs from about 330 horsepower on the base model up to 630 horsepower for the so-called turbo model. with those numbers in mind, I would expect the new Bentley to have around 500 to 600 horsepower, if not a little more, on its base model. This new Bentley is coming soon, but since it hasn't been officially revealed at this point, I don't think it will be here for the 2026 model year. Either 2027 or 2028 would be the likely first model year. This will be a cheaper model than the $200,000 Bentayga, although Bentley CEO stressed that this isn't a high volume model. I would suspect this SUV will start closer to $150 and have a pricing range similar to something like a G-Wagon or some of the higher trimmed Porsche Cayennes. I am somewhat doubtful that this isn't intended to be a higher volume model, and that's based on Volkswagen's track record. The Porsche Cayenne largely saved the Porsche Marquis's existence, and the Urus has been by far the best-selling Lamborghini model. And ultimately, these SUV models are big moneymakers, and Volkswagen has followed this formula before. Upon its launch, I see this new Bentley model really helping out what is one of Volkswagen's less profitable brands. The difficulty really arises in the long term, where the mainstreamification of brands like Lamborghini and Bentley can devalue their respective intangible assets, making it much harder to sell new models down the road for these exorbitant prices. For now, that's everything we know about this new fully electric urban SUV from Bentley, although more information is sure to come out. On this channel, I talk about car news like this, as well as history and culture. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.